Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go over the top 10 commands for drafters. These are some of the best commands that I feel like um, CAD has to offer. So we'll just dive right in here. Right here I've got a couple details opened up to kind of give um, some examples of how to use these commands. Um, The first command that we're going to use is the align command. I do suggest, if you haven't already, um, creating your CAD command aliases. If you don't know how to do that, you can go ahead and check out my video. I've got a small tutorial about how to set up your command aliases. Check that out when you guys have a chance. So the first one is going to be the align command. So we got a little piping detail here for a condensate drain. I need to show the pipe here kind of extending. Right now it's an open pipe. So we're going to come over here and grab this marker. As you can see, it's just slightly too big. What you do, if you have your commands set up, mine is set to my A. I'm going to hit that, select my object, and then you just grab your points here. So I need this point there and this point here, hit enter, and then you want to scale it. And then voila, there's your align command. It works for many different applications. This one in particular worked really well for me when you're trying to figure out how big you need something. If you already have something drawn out, then this makes it really simple to get your precise um, measurement without having to go back and do a ton of cleanup. Okay, and the next command I have on my list is the mirror command. The mirror command is awesome because if you're needing to represent um, a large scale drawing that mimics each side, um, you don't have to double work. You create the first side and then you can create the second side. So, for instance, I got this AC unit curb detail. Um, say, like, this is fine for most applications, but say you want to show the duct work underneath. Um, Instead of having to draw this over the opposite direction, you could just highlight all of this, hit your mirror command, and we'll actually come out just a little bit. And you can erase the first object. Say you drew something, it wasn't facing the right direction. You can do your mirror command and erase the object if you would like, but we're not going to for this application. This, bring it back over, and there is our unit here. You don't have to select all the text. and then you just kind of clean it up a little bit, and then you move your roofing and your soundboard a little bit, and then you have room to do your ducting that goes straight into the roof penetration. You just add your extra detail here for the structural support for the ducting. Excuse me. And then you're good to go. And then you add your extra notes. So that's another way to make it work to your benefit. There are many different applications for the mirror command as well. So okay. And the next item on our list is the trim command. Have another project here open for a cafe that I was working on. Trim works. It's an amazing tool. I use it to help clean up drawings. It's just a great tool to have at your disposal. So here we've got a couple grid lines that are not aligned. I mean, you can drag them if you would like and do that, but it just takes more time. Here, what I do is I create a line. So this gives you your baseline, you get your trim. You have a couple different options here. You can trim and just cut the line out if you would like, or you can specify a cutting edge. So you can hit that as your cutting edge, the line you just created, and just kind of bring this down. And then you can trim all of it at once. Makes it easier to get the job done. If you've got like a really long line with, let's say, some obstacles here, you can hit your trim one portion, and then delete the rest. Just makes it a little easier to clean up your drawings if you have some overlap. Okay, which brings us to the next item on my list, which is the stretch command. So I have a couple grid bubbles with their lines that are cut off here. So say you needed to get them across your drawing, you need a way to do that easier. Again, you can highlight, drag it over, but then you have to do that for each individual one. So if you do a left crossing box, it highlights a portion of the lines that you need to stretch across. The right crossing box will not give you the result that you need. So we're going to hit our stretch command and then grab one and then bring it over. And then there. Now we have all of our grid lines evenly lined up. Okay, and that brings us to our next command, which is the extend command. I'm actually going to do kind of a twofer on this one. So I'm going to use the M line. Sorry, not the M line, the X line command. The X line command, or in other words, it's called your construction lines. It's another awesome tool. Say you have a designated distance that your grids are supposed to go past your drawing. Um, an easy way to do that would be to set up your X line and align it with your wall here. Okay, your X line goes all the way across. So, I mean, there's benefits to that. There's also disadvantages as well. You can't properly connect to um, a an X line because they don't really have, as you can see, all of your points are right here. So they don't really have points that you can connect to. So you can do other snap options to connect to those, but typically I use them for reference lines. So here, I guess we're going to do a third command that I really enjoy is the offset command as well. So say you only need to offset this by, let's say, 3 feet. So we're going to hit the offset command, go 3 feet. And then we're going to, you can trim this, but we need to actually get it longer than 3 feet. So we're going to go offset 15 feet. And then delete that one, delete that one. Okay, so now we're going to do our extend command. You can do these one at a time, but I like to, if you just click and hold your mouse button, you can drag it down and get all of them. And now you're at your designated distance. Okay, and that brings us to our next command here, which is the fillet command. I like the fillet command. Makes it easier to get walls and lines. If you like take this here, this is just a rough drawing to just kind of show you the benefit of the fillet command. So we're going to hit our fillet, and you can do this a couple different ways. You can add in a radius to make rounded edges. Depending on the application, that is a benefit. If you're doing round ductwork or piping, then you need the rounded edges. If you're doing special type walls, a rounded edge would be, fillet command would be great for the rounded edge. But for this purpose, we're just going to do standard square edges for you. So you click your first object and then your second. So I've cleaned up those lines that were overlapping there. You can keep going here. If you hit your space bar, it will always enter in the last command that you typed in. So that makes it easier to also get the anticipated result. The other benefit to the fillet command is that it creates a polyline. So now it's all one unit. instead of being separate line types. The benefit to that is you can go into your properties and change your thicknesses. So say I wanted this line to be 2 inches. It changed the thickness on my lines. Which actually brings me into um, my last command that I use is the polyline. Polylines are great. It's better to use the polyline versus the standard lines because they are more manipulated, easier to manipulate. Um, so if you want to show um, like extra level of detail, if you need your lines thicker, you can't change the thickness of a standard line. You got to use a polyline. So like here's just a standard polyline there. And then you can go in here and you go into your global width. And then you can change your thicknesses depending on what you want it to look like. So that concludes our segment today. If you found this information helpful, please hit that like and subscribe button. View my other videos to help you in your daily drafting. And you guys have a great day. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.